Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. So in this video I would like to explain about the phase diagram. So this is the basic thing that you supposed to know about the phase diagram. Okay, so what is phase diagram? Phase diagram is a diagram that represents the phase change with the pressure and the temperature of a substance. So basically, the phase diagram consists of a y-axis that represents a pressure. Pressure can be in a form of atm, in a unit of torr or millimeter mercury or kPa, depends on the information that you have. And then the x-axis represents the temperature. It can be in degrees Celsius or Kelvin. Okay, so this is the curve. Alright, and we have so this area, the substance exists in a form of solid. In this area, the substance exists in a form of liquid, and in this area, the substance exists in a form of a vapor. Alright, so we have 2 important points. The first one is this one. We call it as a triple point. What does it mean by the triple point? The solid phase, a liquid phase, and a vapor phase of a substance exists in equilibrium. And the second point that is very important is this one. We call it as a critical point. So what does it mean by critical point? It is a temperature and pressure where the gas and the liquid cannot be distinguished or indistinguishable, right? So beyond the point, we cannot distinguish between the liquid and the vapor. Alright, so let's say we label this is as a point A, B, C, and D. Alright, so we have a curve. Curve AB, we call it as a sublimation curve. Okay. Point BC, we call it as a melting curve, or sometimes we call it as a freezing curve. And point BD, we call it as a boiling curve. Okay. Why we call it as a sublimation, melting, and the boiling curve? Alright. So if we can see, from solid to vapor, the process is called a sublimation. That's why point A, B is called a sublimation curve. The transition or the changes from solid to liquid is called a melting or the melting process. That's why the curve BC is a melting curve. And the process between liquid to solid is a freezing. And the transition or the phase change from liquid to vapor is called a boiling. That's why point B, point in BD curve or the BD curve is called a boiling curve. Okay, another important thing that you're supposed to know is, let's say at a constant pressure, then we extrapolate, the temperature increase until it touch point ataupun it touch curve BC. And then when we identify the temperature is called a melting point. And then as a temperature increase, then it will touch the boiling curve. And the temperature at that point is called a boiling point. If the pressure is at 1 atm, the temperature at the melting point, we call it as a normal melting point, and the boiling point at pressure 1 atm is called a normal boiling point. But if the temperature is not at 1 atm, it is considered as a melting point and a boiling point. Alright, so this is the information, or this is the important information that you're supposed to know when you read the phase diagram. Right, so after this we will look at the phase diagram of water and carbon dioxide, because our syllabus only focus on these two phase diagram. Alright, so that's all. Thank you.